So as the day becomes dusk, the main square here in Marrakech transforms into an endless field of street food stalls. And you can't ignore it, you feel like you're pulled towards the vendor. The smell of the roasted meat, the barbecue smoke making a haze over the square and the city. There are over 50 street food stalls in this square at night, and the food options are incredible. It's funny because you'll be pretty much elbow to elbow with locals while the chef prepares the food in front of you. Some of the street food stalls cater more for tourists, so I need to make sure that I eat where locals are eating, because that's where the traditional Moroccan street food is. So the street food stalls seems to be numbered, but most of them seems to have similar food in terms of types of barbecue meat. I've seen a stall selling some fried fish, which I probably want to try, and there is a stall selling the famous snail soup, which I also want to try. And they've got these huge bowls of snails, which they put into a soup, clear soup, which I'm not sure what it's made from. Thank you, man. So I've got my snail soup. It's just 10 dirham. You can have different sides. I think they are boiled, and I'm not really sure what this clear soup is about. You're supposed to pretty much remove them from the shell by using a stick and maybe dip this into the sauce. Let's have a taste of the sauce. It's a salty broth, but it doesn't have any specific taste actually. Oh, that's a big one. Soft, but there was bouncy texture to them. So I think that's where you're supposed to draw the shells. So this is definitely another interesting finding. So stall 59, I'm seeing some sheep heads, some brains. You don't necessarily have to have the whole sheep head, but well, you can have it if you want. I think I'm gonna get some cheek meat, which is supposed to be probably the most tender. But it's really busy and it's really hectic, and it's amazing because yeah, you're sitting with locals, and yeah, and they just gave me some apparently free sauce from the tangia. What's that? Thank you. So you grab some of the fresh bread, you dip it into the sauce. That's the gravy of the meat, and it's so full of meat flavor. Let's try the meat. This is the tangia again. Super tender, lots of fat and juice. Let's move it to the cheek meat. I'm loving already how much fat there is in this meat. It's a small dish, but there's actually a lot of meat in there. There might be something else than pork cheek. That might actually be tongue meat. I think there is some cumin sprinkled on top. Look at the fat. Lots of fat. It melts in your mouth, it just dissolves. You don't even have to chew this kind of meat. Look at that. You need to chase it with some tea. Oh my god, this is so minty. This definitely needs to be eaten with some fresh bread. Yeah, some of these cuts of meat, I don't know where they're coming from. There may be a little bit of skin here. There is the part of the skin, and then you've got the underlying very tender meat. This is true cheek meat. What if I dip it into the tajine sauce? This is my own experiment. Have a piece of fresh bread again. I think I need to move to the fish now. Number 98. there are some calamari and then some unclear long fish. What's that?
Mirno.
I'll get some calamari and one of that.
Oh, Mirno, sì. Sit down.
Alright. Thank you. So I've got some calamari and a big long fish which I've... Mirno, so it's called Mirno. I'm not sure how it translates in English, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So let's have a try of the calamari then. So they are nice and hot, very crispy. Okay, these calamari are very soft actually, not very chewy at all. I'm really surprised, this is actually good fish. Like Marrakech is not really in the seaside, so I'm not really sure where this fish is coming from, but it's really good. I mean, the food is really good, but it's really about sitting with the locals. It's just the atmosphere all around that's really really impressive. Really chunky, like big piece of calamari. Now look at this fish. Okay. No idea what it is. There's a lot of meat in this fish, for sure. Very flaky and crispy on the outside. I just love the crispy skin. Got a big chunk of fish. I think there is also fried codfish right there. Yeah, bacalao as they call it in Spain. But yeah, I'm just too full for that. But it looks very nice.